September is finally here, which means it's time to check out the latest games with Gold. If you've got an Xbox Live Gold subscription, you get access to 4 free games every month. 2 for Xbox One and 2 for Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 games work on your Xbox One though, thanks to backwards compatibility. This month we've got gorgeous racing, brutal gunfights, and teenage horror holiday. So let's take a look at what's in store.
In this month's Games with Gold is one of the original launch titles for the Xbox One, and that's Forza Motorsport 5. So since E3, we've been seeing a lot about the upcoming Forza Motorsport 7, which looks absolutely beautiful in 4K on the Xbox One X. So in this month's Games with Gold, you have the perfect opportunity to sharpen up your racing skills ahead of Forza 7's release on October 3rd. The game kicks off with racing quite possibly one of my dream cars, the Mclaren P1, which was also the flagship car for the game and still looks absolutely stunning 4 years on from the game's release. The game also features 17 circuits for you to learn and race, as this was the first Forza for next-gen consoles, which made Turn 10 really want to focus on delivering the best quality driving experience of its time, and I feel like they did a pretty damn good job. You may also recognize some of the commentators for Forza Motorsport 5, as when you choose a new championship, event or league, you'll hear the voices of former Top Gear presenters Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond and James May.
Well, thankfully the world's motorcar engineers are made of stronger stuff than their colleagues in aerospace.
And not only is it worth hopping on Forza Motorsport 5 to sharpen your driving skills ahead of Forza 7, but you can also race on the famous Top Gear test track at Dunsfold Airfield, which I found pretty damn cool. Overall, Forza Motorsport 5 is definitely worth downloading for free with Games with Gold, and with over 200 cars to race from 50 different car manufacturers, it can definitely help give you a head start for Forza Motorsport 7.
I have a soft spot in my gaming heart for races with a little twist. I spent a good chunk of my childhood glued to Diddy Kong Racing, so I found Hydra Thunder a pleasant surprise. Hydra Thunder started its life as an arcade game before making its way to consoles in 1999. The Xbox 360 version, which we can play on our Xbox Ones due to the beautiful magic of back compat, arrived in 2010, bringing with it speedboat racing in ridiculous circumstances. The races are frantic and can feel clumsy at first. Getting used to racing on water is totally different to a track. Hitting constant bumps and not being able to take tight corners will hinder you at first, but after a few races, you'll soon adapt. It helps that there are speed boosts along the way too. These red and blue icons will fill up your boost, allowing you to put the pedal to the metal and zoom past all your competitors. If you mistime a corner or find yourself careering into the side, try to get a bit of boost saved to help you make up for lost time. Boosting also allows you to perform a jump, which means you can soar over other boats or even reach secret areas to cut your time way down. If you're struggling to catch up with fellow racers, you can always try to get in their slipstream. Sneaky maneuvers like this help bring some strategy into this big, bold racer. The boats themselves control the level of difficulty and are unlocked by performing races and other challenges. Ringmaster sees you racing through the level whilst also making sure to go through each ring. Each ring also gives you a speed boost, so the whole thing becomes quite chaotic. Gauntlet mode sees you trying to finish the level whilst avoiding all those pesky barrels of TNT lying around. One wrong turn and you'll be in pieces over the whole thing. The real standout feature of Hydra Thunder, however, is just how crazy it is. The environments are totally treacherous, from the cold seas of the Arctic Circle to a post-apocalyptic New York. There'll be giant crocodiles trying to snap at your heels and old Viking boats trying to knock you off course. It's fast, frantic action, and worth checking out this September. I'm so glad Oxen-Free has come to Games with Gold, as it really is a gem of a game that deserves way more eyes on it. In Oxen-Free, you'll play the part of teenager Alex on a weekend trip to a local island. Whilst partying with friends on a beach, things start to go a bit strange as supernatural events unfold around you, leaving you and your mates to unravel the secrets of the island. Oxen-Free is very much a story-driven game, but one that doesn't rely on cutscenes to progress the narrative. You're free to wander around as you see fit, not being forced into scenarios if you'd rather take a stroll somewhere else. It's very free-flowing, allowing the narrative to unfold with no hitches. And that narrative itself is pretty cool. So whilst in the shoes of Alex and hanging out with friends, frenemies, and a newly acquired stepbrother, we learn that it's rumoured that certain radio frequencies cause supernatural events on this quiet little island. Not one to resist a challenge, you give it a go, only to be thrown into a reality with objects moving on their own, the unwelcome addition of ghosts, and time continuously looping. You'll have to use your magical radio to create rifts and all kinds of crazy things like that to help your gang survive. The cool thing is that depending on your actions, your ending will be affected. You're constantly given choices throughout the game, whether it be choices on what action you take or how you respond to a question. Your behavior will affect the outcome of all your friends, ranging from their relationships to whether they even survive. Tuning your radio is all about precise movement, almost like picking a lock in Skyrim, and will let the magic unfold. I tried to do it with my radio at home, and all I got was the monotonous sounds of Radio 4, so apparently everyone's not gifted with Alex's magic touch. Of course, you've got plenty of choice games to choose from, but what sets Oxen-Free aside is its gorgeous art style and top-notch voice acting. The melancholy watercolor artwork is easy on the eyes, and the voice actors really bring life to the coming-of-age story disguised as a supernatural thriller. Whilst some of the characters grated on me at first, I quickly warmed to them, picking my choices carefully to dictate just how much time would be spent with who. If you're looking for something which is both beautiful, quirky, and unique to boot, then make sure to check out Oxen-Free this September.
Now, if you're an FPS fan, this is one game that you're going to want to download instantly with this month's Games with Gold for free with your Xbox Live Gold membership, and that's Battlefield 3. Personally, I'd forgotten how epic the campaign is, and with no other modern first-person shooter games coming out this year, with Call of Duty returning to World War II and Destiny 2 being a futuristic sci-fi shooter, Battlefield 3 is the perfect opportunity for you to get that modern warfare fix. The campaign has it all, epic chase sequences through a New York City metro to kick off the story, as well as along the streets of Paris, to having intense firefights across a wide range of different environments. And one thing I have to say is that DICE didn't hold back when it came to insane moments, like a huge earthquake going off causing a building to collapse on top of you, and there's something like that every single level, which just keeps you wanting to keep playing and playing. But Battlefield wouldn't be Battlefield without some vehicles also being thrown into the mix. During the campaign, you'll become the co-pilot of a fighter jet involved in some huge dogfights. You'll also be involved in an epic tank battle, with each level you complete helping to unravel Sergeant Henry Blackburn's story and find out exactly what's going on. But as well as the awesome campaign, Battlefield 3 also has a really fun co-op mode to play with one of your friends over Xbox Live, which features a combination of modes from both the single player campaign and multiplayer, and is definitely worth a playthrough as you and your friend can get it for free with Games of Gold and will give you hours of free entertainment. You also have that incredible huge-scale Battlefield multiplayer experience that you would come to expect from the series, but honestly, I would definitely recommend playing through the campaign, so what are you waiting for? Go ahead and download it for free right now with Games of Gold.
Those are the Games with Gold for September. Make sure you get downloading them before they disappear. Let us know what games you're looking forward to playing in the comments below, and why not check out our roundup of some great upcoming games whilst you're at it. Or you could just subscribe and get great tasty Xbox One treats throughout the week. See you next time. Bye!